Welcome to the 2025 Twin Cities Film Fest brought to you by Stern Spank. My name is Charla Marie Bailey, and I'll be your red carpet host here at the Edina Man Theater. Right now, I am speaking with the filmmakers associated with the film Reconstruction Deconstructed. My first question is, what made you want to tell this story about Reconstruction?
Well, my name's Monique Linder, and I'm the film director of Reconstruction Destructed. This is actually our sixth film in our series, Juneteenth Reckoning with Slavery, and this was the next sequence. So we flowed in terms of how we were telling the story, these cultural stories about our history, and this was just that next piece, post-slavery and that period post-slavery. So it was right in line with the previous films that we had made.
Awesome. And how did you come up with the title Reconstruction Deconstructed? What does that mean to you? Reconstruction Destructed. Yes. How did you come up with that title?
So I can answer that for you. My name is Kevin Lindsey, and I have the pleasure of serving as the CEO of the Minnesota Humanities Center. Reconstruction Destructed. We wanted to phrase it in that way because there's a false narrative in a lot of schools across the country that Reconstruction really failed because of the people it was seeking to serve and benefit. But really, what happened is that there was an intentional effort to destroy what was seeking to be created during the Reconstruction period. You wouldn't say that a bridge failed if it was blown up, and that's really what happened with Reconstruction.
Reconstruction Destructed.
Yay!
Right. And why is it important for people to understand this history today?
Well, first, I would say it's very important to know that this is the first experiment that black people have experiencing freedom and self-independence. But it's also the film reveals how when power is not checked, like he said, this was an intentional means to destroy all of the gains that we had. So when it's not checked, then it goes left.
Thank you. And you've worked with so many great voices, civil rights leaders, legal experts, educators. How did they help to shape this film?
That's a great question because I feel as though these people that we illuminate in the film really made the story. They were experts in terms of knowing the history and knowing the knowledge of Reconstruction, but also they were great leaders in our community. So it's important that when we're telling the story that we're telling it from the lens of, for example, we have Judge Jerry Blackwell, who is a Minnesota federal judge. We have Brian Stevenson. We were just so blessed to have these people in our film, right? Brian Stevenson from Equal Justice Initiative, Minnesota Mother of Civil Rights, Josie R. Johnson, Dr. Duchess Harris, and a professor of American Studies at Macalester. So the film, they really illuminate the history and bring forth the story in a 22-minute film. It's amazing that what you'll hear and what you'll see in 22 minutes about Reconstruction and why Reconstruction was destructed. It wasn't a failure. And I do want to highlight, because when we first named the film, and I had a meeting with Judge Blackwell, I was actually referring to it, as Kevin Lindsey mentioned, our executive producer, as he mentioned, Reconstruction wasn't a failure. I was actually calling it a failure in our meeting, and it was Judge Blackwell that said it wasn't a failure. It was deliberately destructed. So we highlight and we bring that story forth in the film.
Thank you. And what do you hope that people, after watching this, will take away? If you can briefly describe that for us.
All of the films that we make with OMG Studios in partnership with Minnesota Humanities, this is our sixth in the series, and every film that we make, we aim to highlight history and the truth. We have to have these conversations about what it means to have a history that we have, and what it means to be present in that, and what it means to not push that forward, what it means to end that right now. We're coming to terms with what we have experienced. We are facing it. We are addressing it. We would love people to come into this conversation, to continue these conversations in their families, in their schools, in their communities. It's important that we talk about everything that there is to talk about. And this is only scratching the surface. 22 minutes is not a long time to talk about the Reconstruction period in America, or talk about the atrocities that Black Americans face. So we want people to engage with that and keep going.
Thank you. And then
Just say one quick thing. I want to just shout out our young people here, Miss Anaya and Brother Ra, who they've been with us on the journey of our Juneteenth films, and they are a big part of making sure that we have youth involved in watching and learning, relearning the content from our film.
Thank you. And then if you could describe that film in one sentence, what would you say?
Reconstruction, Destructed, the most misunderstood time in American history. It's time to bring clarity so we can all move forward together.
All right. Thank you, Anaya, Kevin, Monique, and Brother Ra. And we can find more information out about this film. How?
Go to our website, omgmediasolutions.com, and click on Juneteenth film.
All right. Thank you so much for being here for Reconstruction Destructed at the Edina Man Theater, brought to you by Stearns Bank and TCFF. Thank you so much. I'm Charla Bailey, and we'll see you soon.